Hey guys, Vazo here, and today we're going to be creating, finally, the long-awaited creeper statue. And I think this is probably one of the mobs that people actually want the most. So let's go ahead and roll right into this and grab the blocks we need. And what we're going to need is some lime wool, green wool, gray wool, light gray wool, and black wool. And that should do it for the entire creeper. So as you know, the creeper, it has a pattern scheme on it. So what we're going to do to make it simple, we're going to build the entire creeper first without it, and then we'll go ahead and add in the pattern scheme later. So right now all you're going to need is some lime wool. So first we're going to go ahead and get started and build the creeper's feet, and the feet are going to be 4 by 8. So there's 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's going to be the exact same thing for his other foot. And it's going to have a gap between them of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 block gap, and you can go ahead and make the same thing, same dimensions, 4 by 8. And the rain, I hate it when it rains in this, but yeah, this is going to be 4 by 8 just like that, and those are the bases for your feet. And now what we're gonna do, while we're at it here, what we're gonna do, we'll just put in the creeper's toes. So let me just move this around real quick. So basically for the toes, just go ahead and punch out this front layer of his foot there, and it's gonna alternate between black and green. And so first you're gonna lay down black and then green, and then it's gonna just keep trading off like that. So something like that, you see that? And basically the trick to this is whatever block this is, that's what goes here. So since that's black, there goes black, and then you get the idea. So you can go ahead and just do that, and it should look like that when you're done. And those are the toes, and it's the exact same thing for the back foot. So let's go ahead and take out this row, and then again you start with black and then green, and then you just continue trading off. And there you go, and those are the creeper's toes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to raise his legs to 6, and you're going to raise them from here, not from the toes. You don't want to do that. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Now you can go ahead and raise both of his feet to 6 in height. And there we go, and now we have both of his feet raised to 6 in height. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the body, and the body is going to be in the middle between his feet, and it's also going to be 4 by 8. So the way we do this is you're going to place a block, go to the corners, one of the corners of his back feet, place a block and connect it to the other foot, break that block there so you see how it's nice and flat, and go ahead and do the same thing on this side and break that, and there you go. And now just connect these up so that it forms the base for his body, just like that. And this is going to raise to 12 in height. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. Now you can go ahead and raise all this to 12 and fill it all in. And there we go. So now we have his body done, and now it's time to add in the last piece, which is the head. And like most mobs in all of Minecraft, the head is usually going to be 8 by 8 by 8. So what you're going to do is come around to the side of his body here, and you're going to lay down 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2 on both sides, and that actually gives you 8 blocks long. And you're going to do the exact same thing here. So 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and you can go ahead and connect this up, and this will give you your base or whatever for your head. And for this gap here, all you can do is just close it off like that, so that when you look at it from underneath, you don't see anything. So there you go. And now we're gonna raise this to 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you guys already know what to do. You can go ahead and fill in his head. And there we go. Now we have all of the creeper done. This is the entire structure. One last thing we're going to add is the frame for his face here. So what we're going to do is go to the bottom right corner of his head, and we're going to go to the 5th layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to skip this block, and you're going to punch out a 2x2 square just like that. And then with a 2 block gap, we're going to punch out another 2x2. And if you go, so these are the eyes, if you know, and if you go diagonal from his eye here, we're going to punch out another 2x2 and something like that, of that sort. And that is going to be the frame for his face there, and we're going to get back to that later. And now it's time for the tedious part, which is, it isn't actually hard, it just takes a while, but you'll get through it. And this is the pattern scheme part. So this is where you guys really need to start paying really close attention, but I'm sure you'll get it. So first we're just going to start with the front of his foot, and we're just going to start it off using gray wool. So right above this black block here, we're just going to punch up to, and we're going to have gray and then light gray. And you're going to see a lot of these gray and light gray combinations, so look out for that. Alright, so now what we're going to do from this light gray block, we're going to go to the 4th one over. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Go ahead and put another light gray there, and if you go to the end here, to the right side, we're going to punch out this whole thing and replace it with light gray, and at the end we're just going to go ahead and add a gray. Next, with a 2 block gap from this gray here, go to the 3rd block, and we're going to basically punch out an upside down L, and this is going to be gray and both light grays. And that is the front of the creeper's foot. So let's go ahead and move around to the left side here, and both of his feet, they're going to be the same pattern. So skip the top layer right here, we're going to punch out 2, and it's going to be one of those, like I said, gray, light gray. Same thing over here, light gray and then gray, so gray, light gray, just like that. And over here, skip the bottom layer, and right up here we're going to punch out an L, and we're going to have gray in the middle and closed with light gray. And same thing over here, so punch out an L and gray, light gray, light gray, and there you go. And that is the left side of the creeper's foot. So moving along, let's just go ahead and do the back here. And the back, we're going to skip the bottom layer, go up to the next layer, and we're going to punch out an L just like that, and it's going to be light gray, and then gray. And we're going to have a 2 block gap, so 1, 2, and then on the 3rd one right here, we're going to go up twice and both light gray, just like that. And that's already there. And we're just going to go up, so we're going to skip this block right here, we're going to go to the left 3, just like that, and it's going to be gray, light gray, light gray. And then if you go diagonal from this light gray block right here, we're going to put a regular gray, and that is the back of the creeper's feet here. And I just wanted to mention, I should have probably said this in the beginning of the video, but there is going to be a link in the description for the creeper when I'm finished with it. So if you ever need it for reference, it'll be there. So make sure you get that if you need extra help. So anyways, for the right side of his foot here, again, they're going to be the same. And so what we're going to do is kind of make like an F. So if you check out what I'm doing here, going diagonal, just like that, and that is going to make your F. So here, we're just going to punch this out for a strip of light gray, and then make the F. So go diagonal, diagonal, and there you go. And the last bit, we have to add this gray, light gray right here, and there you go. And that is the right side of the creeper's feet. So let's finish it off with the tops of it. And so from this gray block, we're just going to go straight up right here, gray, and that's it. That is the top of his front foot. And then for his back foot, you see these 2 light grays here. We're going to finish it with an L shape, and add a regular gray to that. And then we're going to have a 2 block gap. So on the 3rd one, punch out 2, and another one of those light gray, gray combinations, and that's already there. And there you go. That is the creeper's feet right there. So next, it's time for the body, and this is probably the only one that'll take the longest, but it's still very easy. So oh my god, I just threw that away. What we're gonna do is we're gonna skip the top layer, skip that for now, and we're gonna start right here. I'm gonna punch down an L shape, and this is going to be light gray, or no, sorry, gray, gray, and then light gray. And then you're gonna punch down 2, and this is going to be gray, and then light gray. And then you're gonna go over twice. And now it's time we use our green wool. So those are both going to be green right there. And next, underneath this white block, we're going to skip there, and right here we're going to punch out another L, and this is going to be green, and then light gray, and then over next to the left of this light gray, we're going to punch down 2, and these are both going to be gray. Now what's going to happen is we're going to staircase our way down using all green. So if you check it out right like this, see how it's just kind of going down, and this time we're just gonna punch out an L, a backwards L, so it's like a 2x2. So right here is going to be a green, and then right here is going to be another one of those light gray gray combinations. Alright, so next to this green block, we're just gonna punch out 1 and then diagonal twice, just like that. And in the middle we're gonna have green, and then both of these are going to be light gray. And then if you go to the bottom right corner of the creeper, we're going to have a light gray block. And we're almost done here. So going back to the top where these 2 gray blocks are, from the top one we're going to go to the third one. So 1, 2, 3. Right here we're going to punch up twice, and it's going to be light gray, and then again we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, so on the third one. And this is kind of like a Tetris piece, so we're going to go down and then over 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be light gray, green, light gray, green, and gray, regular gray. And now we're going to skip down twice, so 1, 2, and then we're going to go over 1, and then right here we're going to punch out a Tetris piece again, and this is going to be gray, gray, green, green. And there you go, that is the front of the creeper's body. So let's just go ahead and do the back now. The back is, thankfully it's not as much. So what we're gonna do is skip the top row. So starting from right here, we're gonna go to the 4th layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. We're gonna punch out 2, and this is going to be regular gray and then green. And if you go diagonal from this green, we're gonna punch out a light gray. Now if you go all the way to the side and then down 1, we're going to punch out a green block. Coming back to this gray block over here, what we're going to do is we're going to go, actually no, I'll make this easier. We'll go to the 5th layer from the top. So ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here we're going to punch, no, that's the second time. We're going to put a green block. And if you go over, so go to the second, and then right up here we're going to punch out 1, and then go diagonal from that block right there, and you're going to punch out 2. So it's kind of like that, just flipped. And this is going to be green here, light gray there, and regular gray right there. Alright, so underneath this white block we're going to skip 1. So right here we're going to punch out an L like that, and this is going to be green, green, and then gray. Next we'll just go all the way to the end here and down 1, and this is going to give us a block like that, and then we're going to go diagonal down twice, so kind of like one of those again. Let me just make this day real quick. Alright, so this block right here, this is going to be light gray, regular gray. And if you see this light gray block right here on the top of his back foot, if you kind of just go diagonal from there, you're just going to put a regular gray block. And then finally, starting from the bottom left corner here, we're going to go to the 3rd layer, so 1, 2, 3, and right here is going to be a light gray. And that is the back of the creeper's body. So let's just go ahead and let's just do the left side here, because the left side is fairly simple. So from this gray block here, the bottom one, we're just going to go diagonal and put a light gray, and then from this block here, we're going to go up twice, 1, 2, and then over, and another light gray, and that's it for the left side of the creeper. So let's just move on to the right. And so this is the top of his body, and we're just gonna skip that layer. Okay, so just down, and right here we're gonna punch a light gray, and then we're gonna skip light gray, and this time twice, so 1, 2. So on the third one right here, light gray, just like that. And then if you go diagonal from this light gray block, we're gonna put another light gray, and then diagonal from here is going to be a green block. And there you go. And that is going to do it for the right side of the creeper. So, and there we actually have it. We have the entire body of the creeper done. So we're almost done. It's time for the head, so let's get started and do the face. So obviously for his eyes, they're going to be black, and the outside of his eyes, they're going to be green. So just like that, and that's what his eyes should be. And then right here we're going to put green, and then you can go ahead and punch out these 2 blocks here. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay down a strip of black wool, and kind of like that. And then what we'll do is break that and break that. And so you see these 4 corners that we now made, we're just going to put green for each of those. And there you go. And then right next to his, I guess, nose, I'm not sure, you're going to put a light gray. And that is the creeper's face. And now we just need to complete it with the rest of the pattern. So top left corner, this is going to be light gray. Now we're going to skip to the 4th block, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be light gray again. And this end block, top right corner, this is going to be green. And we're going to go down twice, and this is going to be light gray, and then finally, if you go to the bottom left corner of his face, we're going to go up 1, and that's light gray. And that is what the creeper's face should look like. And technically, if you look at it from the front, the creeper is done, but obviously we know it's not yet. So let's go ahead and do the right side of his head. And what we're going to make here is kind of like it's going to be a big Y. So first we'll make a U, and it's going to be all light gray. So you see how that's kind of like a U, and now we're going to go all the way down except for right here, and this is all again light gray. So there you go, it kind of looks like a Y. And next what we're going to do is, if you go to the bottom of the Y here, you're going to go up 1 and then over, and you're going to punch a block and go diagonal twice, not 3 times, sorry, twice, just like that. And all 3 of these that we punched out are green. Now we're going to have another weird long kind of looking shape, and it intersects right here, so we're going to punch here and there because it kind of crosses in, and it's all light gray again. So now what we're going to do is you're going to, from this light gray here, you're going to go up twice, 1, 2, and then all the way over, and then up 2, and this is all light gray. There you go. And then you see these 3 blocks here in the middle, we're going to punch straight up 3, and it's going to be light gray in the middle, and then green, green. And then finally, to finish off, if you go to the bottom right corner, what we're going to do is make like a Tetris piece, just like that. And this is also all light gray. So with that done, let's just go ahead to the opposite side, and let's do the left side of the creeper's face here. So yeah, top right corner is already white. So top left corner, you're going to skip over to the right, and it's going to be gray. And then we're going to skip down 1. So right here, we're going to go and put a green. And then if you skip, we're going to go to the second block, 1, 2. So right here, we're going to punch out 2 and go diagonal once. And these are both going to be light gray, and then this corner will be regular gray. So from this light gray block here, we're going to go down once, and then again, and then right here we're going to punch out for a green. And then now what's going to happen is we're going to go over twice to the left, 1, 2, and then down, and then right here we're going to put a gray. And then from this green block we're just going to go down 2, 1, 2, and right here it's going to be gray, regular gray. And then finally, if you go to the bottom left corner and to the right once, right here we're going to put a light gray. And that is what the left side of the creeper's face should look like. And now let's go ahead and do the back of his head. So from this strip of light gray blocks, we're just going to go diagonal and another light gray. And now we're going to go to the fourth block. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here we're going to punch out 2 like that in a diagonal fashion, and it's going to be green, light gray. And now we're going to kind of make the same thing right here, but we're going to put it over here. So from this green block we're going to go over twice to the left, 1, 2 right here, and then down, and you're going to make that. So 2 going diagonal like that, and it's going to be green and then gray, and then we're going to go down. So it's actually one of those light gray kind of things. And from this light gray block we're going to go diagonal twice, so 1, 2, and it's going to be gray and then light gray. And then we're just going to keep going diagonal, so from this light gray diagonal again and again and again and again. So just like that, you kind of just making our way down and then up. And then this one right here, this is going to be gray. Both of these were green. This is gray too. And there you go. And that is the back of the creeper's head. And finally, let's just finish him off with the top of his head here. And as you can see, some of it is already done from all the other stuff we did. So now another one of those light gray combinations. And so we're gonna, from this green block we're gonna go over twice, so 1, 2, down once, we're gonna punch down 2, and this is going to be gray and then green. And then from this green block we're just gonna go diagonal, and we're gonna put a gray block. And then from this light gray we're gonna just, actually no, from this green block, sorry, we're gonna go diagonal twice, just straight that way, and it's going to be gray and then green. And then from this white block we're gonna go diagonal twice, 1, 2, except up once, and this is going to be green. And then another one of those, a final one of those light gray, and that right there is what the top of the creeper's head should look like. And now we're actually done. That is, we're finished. This is the entire creeper statue right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, just letting you know, the link is in the description for this map, so you can use this as a reference. So make sure you do that. It's actually there for all my tutorials, so if you ever need it, you can go ahead and download it and use it as a frame of reference. But yeah, hopefully you guys manage to follow along and create your statue. And next thing I would just like to say is thank you for all the support you guys have given me, more than you have already, because now I'm actually an official partner with a YouTube network called TGN. You can check them out in my channel sub box if you would like. But yeah, I was actually really happy that I got that partnership. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for you know, supporting me and subscribing and commenting, liking, and all that stuff. But yeah, go ahead and comment below whatever mob you like next. I know there's already been tons of requests, but there's actually a lot of mobs people haven't said, so go ahead and just comment what you want, and so that way I know what's in demand. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching.